Welcome you again here to the channel of Realize to Actualize back in Germany. My new place in Germany. I wanted to share with you some images of where I'm now living since the beginning of March of 2013. After 22 years living in America, I got my own place, my own little apartment in Nackenheim, Germany. It's small, but it's nice, and I do not have roommates, which is very different from being in America. I always had roommates because living there is much more expensive. So I got a small one-bedroom apartment here. It's nice and quiet. And Nackenheim is the place where I grew up, close to Frankfurt. Again, I got this small apartment, which is not too far from where my mom lives. And actually, I'm headed over there now. I've been going there swimming every day, where she's been living for 22 years, and just join me here on my ride, my bike, traveling there now. It's only going to take me about 5 minutes or so to get there, and it's really nice to be back home. Very rural, very original. These houses, very different from America, and it's just good to be back home, which is also an idea that is not only that home is the place where you grew up in. Home is where the heart is, actually. That is an idea that Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, actually that's the idea that you can take that from that story. I lived in Kansas for 12 years where I was married, and we are definitely not in Kansas anymore. But yeah, the idea is wherever you are is home. There's no place like home. And home is, again, not just a distant land. Home is where the heart is. So now I'm back home here, traveling through the streets of Nackenheim, again, where I grew up in. And as a child, I looked at it differently. My perspective has changed. After being away for more than 2 decades, being back here now in Nackenheim, I enjoy it more. I would say I appreciate it more. My perspective has changed. I have changed. And through all of these changes I went through, also I realized that this is the essence of life, is change, that everything does change. But how we change, that is really something that, it's through time and through different experiences. We all go through that process of change. And we learn through that process. And that is, the nature of things. And the nature which connects everything. We are part of that nature. And I think the journey is really there. It is the journey home, where we realize that we are connected to everything. And here we arrive now at my mom's place. It's a beautiful garden, magical garden. I'm actually excited. I'm going there swimming. I'm actually on my way to go swimming now. She enjoys that. I'll show you also a little bit here of the garden. It's very, very nice. Beautiful flowers. Lots of greens. Which sure they also exist, some of that in San Francisco where I lived for a very, very long time. But yeah. Look at that, it's like a magical garden. There's no place like home. But then also home is, of course, the place we all grow up in. We all grow up in a home. But then it is also about going out in the world and making a home for ourselves. By the way, this is here a banana tree, which is really amazing. This is a fig tree. My mom definitely has a great connection to plants. She's a very natural person. But yeah, the idea of making a home, that's something I still have to do. But anyway, I'm back here now and I really do enjoy this. I hope also you enjoy these images here. Back there, the ladder, that's actually a big, it's a cherry tree that she planted when she first moved into the house 50 years ago. And there was a little chapel on top of the hill, if you saw that, which is very nice. And there's a vineyard in the back. It's not ours, but anyway, very nice. There's a little house there where we keep plants in the winter, and yeah, that's our backyard. Some of the beautiful flowers here, you can see. And that, to me, if I look at that, I see God right there. How things grow naturally. And just to be like that, I think is what I'm also trying to capture a little bit in these videos, and I talk about that. To grow naturally and to unfold naturally. Very much like this image of this tree that looks like a dancer. There's beauty all around us, and there's beauty definitely within us. It's very, very different than the man-made things, the machines, or even the machine which we became part of. There's the man-made world and the natural world. And these here like little mandarins, mandarin, we call them. It's so beautiful if you see those, how they grow, how they flower. Very, very amazing. And yeah, you see the swimming pool, which I'm going to be enjoying here in a minute. And yeah, this is actually how to say, a meat-eating plant. Well, they eat insects. This one eats insects, not this one. Anyway, which is very, very beautiful. Here we have a little lemon, some lemons growing there, even in Germany, yeah. There you see the arm of my mom showing another beautiful plant there. Really gorgeous. They're going to be blooming in very amazing colors. It's another one. That's actually wildly grown. She didn't plant that. You see the bumblebees, we call them, hummeln. And that is nature in action. That's perfection in action, and that is God in action. Actually, the idea is really to learn. I'm very big on the idea of learning, but to remember to be like that, to remember that we are nature, that this is what connects all of us. And that is perfection in action, that is God in action. And that is me jumping in the pool, enjoying this, being in the water. And you see these three monkeys? They already, they don't want to see, they don't want to hear, they don't want to speak. It can be like this for us. And as I'm sharing this awareness with you, and I'm sharing these images with you, I also remind myself that this is something not just that I'm talking about, or I'm teaching or preaching about, which can appear this way, but this is something that I am learning. This is something that I need to learn. But I'm not the only one. In order for us to become one, I think that is something we all need to remember. I am a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. And I thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this, and keep it real.